We are now ready to do some advanced editing and changing of appearance to get our contour map what we actually want to present in the end. So before we do that, let's have a look at our map in a little more detail. As we zoom into the middle here, we can see that our minor intervals of our contour lines are at 2 meters apart, and our major ones, which are the light gray lines, are at 10 meters apart. So I may want to change either the intervals that the lines are at or the appearance of those lines, depending on what my preference is. So to do that, I'm going to go into the Surfaces tab. I am again going to right click on Surface 1, and I'm going to go to Edit Surface Style. This brings up a separate dialog window where we can change a whole bunch of things within our figure. So the first thing we're going to look at is contour intervals. So here, if I am under the Contours tab and I expand this Contours interval, I can see currently my figure is at 2 and 10 for minor and major intervals. I'm going to change that just to show you the difference to 5 and 20 and apply. Now notice that a certain number of my contour lines have disappeared and I'm left with a whole bunch of labels that are still there. The labels were associated with contour lines that have disappeared, and we need to basically refresh our surface for those labels to disappear. So we go to our surface, and if we right click on that and hit rebuild, then it looks for any changes in your surface that may affect something else. In this case, the contour lines were deleted, then the labels also have to be deleted. So it didn't do that automatically, but we can sort of refresh our figure to get that done. Now, when I look at my resulting contour map, I think I almost lost too much definition. There's not enough lines on this to really show the contour, so I'm going to change it back, but I'm actually going to make it slightly different than it was before. So again, I'm going to go into Surface 1, Edit Surface Style, and instead of 2 and 10, I'm going to make it 2.5 meters for my minor interval and 10 meters for my major interval. And I'm going to apply that. Okay, note I have some more contour lines back, but I'm missing the labels still. So again, under Surface 1, I'm going to hit Rebuild. Once I hit Rebuild, it puts those labels back in. And note that it has changed the labels to meet the contour lines as they are. So instead of this appearing again as a 22 and this one as a 24, 26, or 28, it has reflected the change of intervals that I have. The next thing I might want to do is change the appearance of the lines. Right now I have my minor ones as sort of a light, my major ones as a light gray and my minor ones as a darker line. I might want that reversed or make it stand out somehow else. So again, I'm going to go to Surface 1, Edit Surface Style, and then under the Display tab over here, I can see that these are things that I can make visible on my contour map. We'll go through some of these a little later. But here you see my major contours and my minor contours, and this is their colors. So on my major contour lines, I'm going to click that and I'm going to make it bolder, maybe red. Okay. And I'm okay with my minor contour lines being gray, but maybe I want the lines to stand out a little less. So I'm going to actually change them from a continuous line or a solid line to a dashed line. Okay, so when I've made that change, you can see that this figure looks a little more distinctive in terms of major ranges and minor ranges, and gives you a little bit better picture already of how much the elevation is changing. Now, in terms of further edits or adjustments I might make, I might want my label on my major line to be the same color as the line itself. You can notice that this is a light gray while the line is red. And I might also want to cut some of the extra decimals all over the place. I don't know if I need a 20.00 in this line or a 30.00 here. I might want to just try to clean that up a little bit. So to to do that, I'm going to go to my Settings tab. I'm going to go to my Surface and my Label Styles, and I'm going to go back to where I was before, existing major labels and existing minor labels, and edit these. Okay. So the first thing that I was thinking of is that I want to change the color. So here on the text of my major labels, I want my color to be red, the same as the layer is. Okay. The next thing I wanted to do was change the number of decimals. This is a little bit more complicated something to do. So what we're going to do is here we're going to go to what the contents is, and I'm going to click on that. And you'll see it's very light gray. I apologize for that. But if we click on this, it gives us what is going to show up in the label. So it says that the unit is going to be meter, it's going to round it, there's going to be a period in between, and so on. And what I want to change here is the precision. I don't want 2 decimal places behind for my major ones. I only want I actually want no decimal places at all. So I'm going to hit that. And then I'm going to hit this arrow here to actually change what is being shown. I hit OK and apply. Now when I focus in on my major lines, you'll see that they're now red, matching the contour line, and I've dropped all the extra decimal places. I'm going to go to my minor lines and do something very similar. So I'm going to edit my minor labels. And again, I'm going to go into my contents here, click on this here, and click on this here. And I can see that again, my label is being given to 2 decimal places. Now on my minor label, I actually want it to an extra decimal place because my minor labels are at 2.5 meters. So I'm going to pull down on this and make it only 1 decimal place instead. Then I hit this arrow to make the change and hit OK and then apply. So now you can see that my major labels are red with no decimal places, and my minor labels now only have 1 decimal place and are still the same colors before. Now seeing that, I might want to go back and change these point labels from before. So to do that, we're going to go here on our settings side, on our point here, okay, and we're going to adjust our point label. Okay, now on this here, we had our point label as elevation only. Note that you can see that little orange mark there. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to hit edit. Okay. Okay, so here is our editing screen. Now, same thing as we did before, we're going to go into the contents here and select here. Notice here it has a P2, meaning precision of 2. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to take this down right to no decimal places at all. Hit the arrow to change that, OK, and apply. Now you can see that the elevation for each of the points has also changed. And this might be our finished figure that we could use or present for our contour map.